Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something really fascinating. We're going to explore a plant that's literally been at the center of traditional holistic wellness for thousands of years, and we're putting it straight under the microscope of modern clinical validation. Today, it's all about Neem, and specifically the absolutely incredible comprehensive health benefits of its leaves and extracts.
Sarvaroga Nivarni. Now, in Ayurveda, that translates directly to the remedy for all ailments. Quite the claim, right? But what's really interesting is the origin of the word neem itself. It actually stems from the ancient Sanskrit word arista, which means something that is perfect, imperishable, and complete. I mean, that is a massive reputation to live up to. But as we're going to see, modern science is figuring out exactly why it earned that title. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First up, the ultimate village pharmacy. Then we'll decode the science behind the leaf, move right into skin, hair, and oral care, explore immunity and blood purification, and finally, we'll wrap up with safety, dosage, and precautions.
All right, let's jump right into section 1, the ultimate village pharmacy, ancient roots.
So, to really understand neem, we have to look at its timeline. The medicinal use of this tree dates back a staggering 10,000 years, first popping up in the ancient Siddha medical system. Over 2,000 years ago, it became an absolute staple in Ayurveda. They actually called it the village pharmacy because, well, nearly every single part of the tree, the leaves, the bark, the seeds, the oil, was used to treat something. And this isn't just ancient history. Fast forward to today, and the United Nations has officially designated Neem as the tree of the 21st century. It survived and thrived for millennia, and now global modern institutions are definitely paying close attention.
Moving on to section 2, the science behind the leaf, biochemistry of Neem. Let's pivot from that ancient history to the hard biochemistry that makes this plant tick.
Okay, so Neem isn't magic, right? It's pure, complex chemistry. Two of the most critical compounds here are azadirachtin and nimbin. These are super powerful secondary metabolites and phytochemicals found right in the neem tree. Modern biomedical researchers have actually isolated these exact compounds along with others like quercetin and found that they are completely responsible for Neem's intense antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory activity. Basically, these are the biochemical heavy hitters validating all those ancient claims.
So what exactly are these core biochemical powers? Well, first off, it's a fiercely powerful antimicrobial. It actively fights off harmful bacteria, think staph and E. coli, along with stubborn fungi. Next, it's highly anti-inflammatory. It literally downregulates pro-inflammatory cytokines, like TNF-alpha, to significantly reduce systemic swelling in the body. On top of that, it's a potent antioxidant, protecting our cells from oxidative stress and DNA damage. And, incredibly, it's antiviral. It contains specific glycolipid compounds that just block viral entry into our host cells. It really is like this complete, multi-layered defense mechanism. Section 3, skin, hair, and oral care. Topical applications. Let's look at some practical ways this actually gets used. Now, this brilliantly illustrates the bridge between the past and the present. Take ancient oral care, for example, the tradition of chewing directly on raw neem twigs, known as datun, to clean teeth and gums. Now compare that to modern clinical reality. Recent studies show that a neem mouthwash provides similar protection against plaque and gingivitis as standard chlorhexidine mouthwashes. The antibacterial constituents, like nimbidin, inside those ancient twigs totally hold their own against our strongest modern dental antiseptics. How crazy is that? Let's talk dermatology for a second. 50% randomized controlled trials have shown that using neem-based gels can reduce acne lesion counts by over 50% in just 8 weeks. By targeting the actual bacteria that cause breakouts and calming down the inflammation, neem gets right to the root cause of the acne. It's a real game changer. But the topical applications definitely don't stop at acne. Neem promotes rapid wound closure without leaving those ugly scars. It actually stimulates natural collagen synthesis, outperforming standard antiseptic ointments in healing efficacy. Plus, it's amazingly effective at healing irritating skin conditions. We're talking eczema, psoriasis, and ringworm. Moving up to the scalp, it eliminates dandruff by fighting the specific fungi that cause it, while simultaneously strengthening your hair follicles and roots to promote thicker growth. It's basically the ultimate natural multi-tool for dermatology and cosmetic care. Now, if you want to harness these hair benefits for yourself, here is a super effective traditional DIY neem hair pack you can easily whip up at home. Step 1, grind some fresh neem leaves with a little bit of water. Step 2, gently boil in a pan until you get a nice, consistent paste.
Step 3, let the mixture cool completely. And step 4, apply it directly to your scalp right after shampooing, wait 30 minutes, and then wash it off. Doing this just twice a week nourishes the roots, clears up dandruff, and leverages those powerful antifungal properties exactly where you need them most.
All right, Section 4, Immunity and Blood Purification, Systemic Benefits. Let's move on and see how this builds from external topical uses to massive internal systemic benefits. When you consume neem, whether that's as an extract, a capsule, or a tea, it acts like a giant internal reset button. It's famous for purifying the blood and flushing out internal toxins to support healthy liver function. It massively bolsters the immune system and is traditionally prescribed to fight off really severe fevers, even malaria. For your metabolic health, it modulates hepatic gluconeogenesis, which is a fancy way of saying it helps control your fasting blood sugar and improves glucose tolerance. It also actively lowers bad cholesterol, your LDL, and triglycerides. And to top it all off, it improves your gut flora, which relieves digestive acidity and bloating. It is basically comprehensive internal maintenance for the whole body. But wait, there's more. Laboratory studies have shown that neem extracts can actively block viruses. And we're talking about serious viral threats here, like herpes simplex, types 1 and 2, and even influenza. The compounds in neem literally prevent these viruses from entering our host cells. So it doesn't just fight the virus once it's already inside, it totally barricades the door. No entry allowed. Section 5, Safety, Dosage, and Precautions, Responsible Usage. Because as with any really powerful tool, we absolutely need to know how to handle it correctly. So here is the reality check we all need to remember. Natural does not mean without rules, right? Precisely because neem is so chemically active and biologically powerful, it must be respected, understood, and dosed correctly. Let's just quickly walk through these crucial safety warnings, which come straight out of the clinical literature. While it is highly beneficial, high doses of neem oil can cause hepatotoxicity, which just means it can put dangerous stress on your liver. Also, pregnant and lactating women must avoid neem entirely, as animal models have shown it definitely has abortifacient effects. You should also know that because it naturally lowers blood sugar and modulates immunity, it can interact with medications for diabetes, blood pressure, and immunosuppression. And, even minor side effects can occasionally include some gastrointestinal upset or allergic dermatitis. The big takeaway here is super simple. Always, always consult a healthcare provider for proper dosage and standardization before adding potent extracts to your daily routine. Which brings us to our final slide, and really the ultimate question for you. How will you integrate this 10,000-year-old scientifically validated village pharmacy into your own modern wellness routine? Whether that's swapping to a neem-based mouthwash, maybe trying out that DIY hair pack, or even speaking to your doctor about its incredible metabolic and immunity benefits, the evidence is absolutely clear. The tree of the 21st century is ready to get to work for you. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this sparks your curiosity to dive in and keep learning.